This man was running in panic towards the shop he had just left. In an attempt to defend his family from a man who was attacking them, he was shot in the body, which ultimately caused his death. The case became a matter of national interest in the United States. Markeis McGlockton's death was clearly a racially motivated crime committed by Michael Drejka. However, the defendant refused to admit it and told his version of events.
I was standing like this talking to her.
Okay.
I was hit from right here. The shoulder was pulled in front of me, and then I hit the ground.
Okay.
What Drejka was saying while his statement was being taken was correct. However, why he'd pulled out a gun and shot young Markeis directly in the body was hardly understandable, because from what could be seen on the cameras, he wasn't presenting a major threat.
What does he do?
As I come out like this, he's taking his step.
Okay. Taking a step?
Taking his steps towards me.
Okay.
The story seemed inconsistent with the images. As soon as the gun appeared on the scene, the attitude Markeis displayed was never a threat to Michael. However, the defense lawyer would explain the case in a way that surprised everyone.
Ask yourself, if Mr. Drejka hadn't pulled the gun and fired, what would have happened to Mr. Drejka? Mr. Drejka was the victim here. That's the sad part. The victim, the true victim, has become the defendant in a very serious criminal case. His life and liberty are at stake here on your decision.
The arguments presented by the lawyer didn't appear to contradict reality, but they did contradict the statement Drejka had made to the police. Particularly the one where he claimed he had acted because he thought his life was in danger, and that this gave him the power to use his weapon against the young man.
So, you're thinking he's gonna come kick you?
I'm thinking he's coming to do the rest of it.
Did you see him with a firearm?
No, sir, I didn't see him with anything.
Okay. What do you mean the rest of it?
Whatever beating was coming after that.
Everything that happened that evening of July 19, 2018 was confusing. From Drejka's reason for arguing with McGlockton's partner to the fatal outcome that unfolded, it was all confusing. Even for the shooter himself, who didn't know he'd killed the young man.
And I just want to tell you this, just to let you know, the gentleman who shot is deceased.
Thank you for telling me. Nobody else would be with it.
So,
I did ask.
okay.
The trial got the attention of the entire state of Florida. Michael was arrested 25 days after the interrogation, indicted on a charge related to manslaughter. At the trial, he was convicted and will have to serve a sentence of 20 years in prison. A punishment that won't bring Markeis back to life, who was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You know what Markeis McGlockton's guilty of? He's guilty of loving and trying to protect his family. And he died because of it. The defendant is guilty of manslaughter.